All right, Gary, what are we playing this week?
Well, Cole, as you know, life is an unending nightmare. And the one of the ways to feel better, even or feel anything at all, if even just for a brief moment, is to force yourself to cry by revisiting all of our beloved childhood classics.
Yeah, where it was just kind of the rite of passage to have a
kill a dog.
Yeah, have a small character lose somebody that he loves. Yeah,
just like Old Yellow Dog, the dog that got shot. Remember that book? Yeah.
If you like guns, you're gonna love Old Yeller. It's about a kid who shoots a dog.
Yeah, the Scarlet Ibis. A sad kid broke his leg and can't walk right for the rest of his life. I can't remember exactly what happened in the Scarlet Ibis, but I think it's something like that.
Johnny Deformed. Yeah. No, it's in a way. I'm just now realizing that probably started developing this emotional callus that just kind of surrounds every aspect of my life, like some kind of dismal call.
And if I didn't have that, I would long ago have stepped in front of a train. So thank you. Thanks. The Red Badge of Courage. Yeah. Thanks, Clan of the Cave Bear. So one of my favorites of those of all time is Charlotte's Web.
Oh, of course.
And one of the things that book taught me, since I've been rereading that in order to weep, in order to feel something,
right?
Is that if you get a precocious spider and you set him up in a barn, he's gonna write some shit for you.
just a real horse shit. He's going to advertise for your products.
Yeah, it's going to be like reddit.com/spider. Why do I want to go there for? Like, I don't care about r/spider. It's full of Nazis, weirdly enough. So I got this precocious spider.
Okay.
Say salutations.
Hello, spider. And all I hear is just the sound of like a violin being plucked.
Yeah, there's that, and then like chittering. Yeah. Like my house has a lot of chittering now because the spider has babies, like in Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web, and they all flew away, on the strands,
of course,
like they do. But that movie, one of the things that's a lie, because in that movie Charlotte died and there are no more babies, which is like ultimately kind of win-win. But in my real life, this one just keeps making more babies. So like, right. I don't know if it's one prolonged labor or like what's going on. So I set up Charlotte 2 over here, okay. the good Charlotte, over here in a barn, and I've got this gallery of things that she's written in webs.
Okay.
And my hope is that one of them will be a game. Oh. And if not, we'll take Charlotte outside, we'll shoot her in the back of the head, Old Yellow Dog style. Like as you do to a beloved childhood pet.
Seems like overkill, but yeah.
The Charlotte's gotten real big.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell you about that. Every time she has a baby, she actually grows about an inch. Yeah, I didn't really mention that. Charlotte's the size of a small dog now.
Yeah, it's a real.
And probably by the end of the organization, it'll be about the size of a big dog.
It was the size of a big dog T-shirt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, no, she's weaving one of those with her silk in the spare time.
She doesn't like wearing shirts.
No.
I keep trying to do that because her tatties are hanging out, and she's not modest, dude.
Gary, why does the spider have breasts?
I don't know.
Did a meteor land here recently?
Did I make a bad wish? Did Wishmaster report for duty? So anyway, let's go to my gallery of horrors.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, this one says some pig.
Okay. Yeah. Which pig? Just any pig in general.
Yeah. The grammar of this one's weird.
Yeah, which is weird because considering what E.D. White went on to write.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's a game though. I just then scan my memory real quick.
Right.
Check here. Check out this next one here.
This one says drink your Ovaltine. It's
okay.
It's an advertisement. Okay, just like a little bit of a commentary, I think maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think it just. I mean, I know you can buy Ovaltine, but nobody has. All right, let's see this. Okay. Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Huh. Okay. Well, there's no chance that this is good.
Hold on. DS.
Wait a minute.
Tiny letters at the bottom.
Oh, that changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Charlotte. You've bought yourself another day.
Yep, you get one more day, but no more babies. Plug it. Clam it. that birth canal and clam it.
Please don't say clam it for about a birth canal.
The spider cold. Don't be gross.
Because of cloaca. Come on.
Okay. I don't
book lungs.
Yeah. I don't know what a spider has instead of a vagina. It's got to be something though, right? Like a spider can't have a vagina, right?
I mean, this one has breasts.
Okay, let me Google.
I mean, they lay eggs, so it has to be some kind of like egg shoot.
Here's some Quora. I'm Gary Butterfield. Quora is after suffering. Here's some Quora.
Okay.
How big is a spider's vagina? Kate Watson, the arachnophile and tarantula keeper, reported for duty here.
Uh-huh.
And she says, great phrase. Spiders don't really have vaginas, though. Instead, female spiders have something called epigyne or epigynum. It consists of a small, hardened portion of an exoskeleton located on the underside of the abdomen. Naturally, the size will vary according to how loose she is. What? No, it doesn't say that. According to the size of the spider.
Don't slut shame these spiders.
No, I was joking. According to the spider, a full-grown Goliath tarantula will have a much larger epigynous than a baby garden spider will. Well, no shit. But, even so, I believe that they're always rather small. The Lebanese seem to have it right. What? Oh, okay. They edit in Lebanon. They had to add this later.
Okay.
No, kid ended the original post with the Lebanese have it right, and she had to update it. It doesn't say when she updated it, but she updated it by saying, "In Lebanon, when you want to say how small something is, you say it's as big as a spider's vagina."
Huh. What a colorful expression.
We're learning. Shit.
Yeah. Huh. I get daily digests from Quora, and there's always like stuff that I think like, oh, that might be interesting. It would take me 2 minutes to maybe learn something new, but I cannot get over my impression that it is just Yahoo Answers for yuppies.
I think it's probably better than Yahoo Answers, but that is lower than a floor has ever been in like the history of floor.
Right.
So, what's the meta filter? That's the one where you have to like sign up. Yeah,
Metafilter I think is the one where you have to pay to get in. People that I trust talk about liking Metafilter a lot, so I'm inclined to think that it actually is good. But it also like I think is more tech focused. So it has no.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
like one of the things that I do that's not a healthy habit. So don't at me anybody. But like when I got out of my last like very long relationship. Mm-hmm. I was like, and it was also an ending of a relationship for me. Like I dumped my ex-girlfriend, but also like I was hurting. And I will sometimes like go online and like look at pictures or what have you, look at pictures or look at stuff of like exes. Right. Mm-hmm. Not a good habit. Right. And it always makes me sad. Like right. there's no win condition. There's nothing I'm hoping for from this. But that ex had written a very long, like meta filter question, kind of like essay. And it was like ended up being like a very popular one.
Oh, wow.
So I got to read in the wake of that, like not only just, how much I had hurt this person, but also 100 internet strangers calling me a monster.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, it was no good. And like, I'm not a monster. I didn't do anything monstrous. They were just being nice.
Right.
Because you don't tell somebody who says like they're really hurt and you're not like, oh, like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like if you're devil's advocating on that level, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Don't look at somebody who is in anguish and try to remind them to have some perspective. Not a great thing to do.
Terrible look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were just being good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that probably hit you at a bad time as well.
Yeah. What did I want? What was I going for? Nothing. Yeah. It was a really, really dumb idea. So. But,
oh, well.
Yep.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about Spider-Man Web of Shadows for the DS. Gary, I like this game quite a bit.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
This is how is this so good?
It's here's a secret. All the Spider-Man like GBA and DS games have been pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty similar to this.
That
I've played. Like this makes me, and I was reading reviews of the PS3 one, which I remember like people not liking very much, but like the reviews actually make it sound pretty good. Like the reviews are actually kind of good, and that makes it sound good. And I'm like, these are maybe just like real good ass Spider-Man games I haven't played, and that's like, what am I doing?
What?
Like I'm down for this shit.
Yeah. Well, like what does all this add up to? Come on, like why? Like what series of decisions have I made that have just made these invisible to me?
It's because I think the thing that made it invisible to me, and we talked about this way back when we did Spider-Man 2
Mhm.
for WAF, is that like I was following these games. I played Spider-Man 1, the not very good one.
Mhm.
I played the PS1 Spider-Man games.
Mhm.
I played the Spider-Man 2, and I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yep.
I played Ultimate Spider-Man, which is pretty good as well.
Mhm.
Like it's not as good because you're like in the suburbs instead of a city, but you still get to like swing around a bit.
Right.
That's a good game.
Mhm.
Beautiful. It's like cel shaded. And then Spider-Man 3 came out, and that's not a good game.
Yeah. That's about when I stopped paying attention to. I think I downloaded a demo of that and was like, "Ugh, like this."
Yeah.
They're trying. They're trying to evoke what I like, but they are failing miserably.
Yeah, it's very janky and bad.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed. And I was like, okay, maybe Spider-Man's done. And then the reviews, I remember seeing like 7s and 8s out of 10. And maybe I just expected more for some reason. But like I was just like, I'm done with Spider-Man. But this and the other one that came out around the same time, or like a couple years later, was supposed to even be better.
The one with like the altered universes and Shattered Dimensions, yeah, where like you play as like Spider-Man Noir, or like you just go to the different, all the different kind of like alternate universe Spider-Mans. Yeah,
I want to play as Spider-Man 2099, who is like a really cool character that is the I want to play as anything from the 2099 universe. that shit didn't get traction.
Right.
And it's just like, I think in my head, I've always felt like I had this passion of like, oh, I could probably play those games. I'm sure I'd like them. I picked up on PS3 Tony Hawk Project 8, and I hadn't played that one. That was like before I quit, and it's like it's good.
Yeah,
it's just a Tony Hawk game I'd ever played, and it's fun as hell. It's a Tony Hawk game, good. This is like the same kind of thing. So I appreciate having an opportunity to go back and knowing playing the DS one, and having it just be a fun ass side scroller. Like I'm going to buy this at PRGE this year.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to play through this to completion.
It's remarkable how fast and satisfying this is in your hands. Like it is so fucking fluid. Like it's gorgeous too. Like they're just like you got a little bit of like super deformed stuff going on. Like it is definitely kind of cartoony, but like everything is just so well animated and like just feels like it is hitting. Like everything just like hits on every single cylinder. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good. I didn't play it for that much because the emulator I was using, I played this on emulator on my computer. It was fucking up the sound, so it looked like fine and smooth, but the sound skipped.
Oh, geez.
Which just made like the audio, like just made it an audio like unpleasantness.
Right.
But it wasn't like I was just like, oh, like I have to come back to this. Yeah. So good ass shit, man.
Yeah. This was a Patreon demand by Kyle, who says, the game is available on a variety of platforms, but I'm curious about the DS port. It seems to have gotten fairly good reviews, yet I've never heard it discussed. Probably because by this point, I think this was in 2008. There was still really good stuff happening on the DS at that point, though. I think that it just got ignored because it was a license thing.
Yeah. It's hard to say how this doesn't get any attention. It definitely doesn't. But it's a weird thing. Like the Wolverine, there's like a Wolverine game for DS that's not good, but there's also a GBA Wolverine game that's good too.
I think we covered that accidentally.
Yeah. Like some weird secret good ass Marvel Comics games on portable systems are like definitely a thing. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the plot here. Nightcrawler gets involved. Like he helps out.
Wait, his bug brethren.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not a bug. I'm not either.
Yeah.
We both get stepped on.
Wait a minute. We both crawl on ceilings. Great.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. The plot for all three of these is different. Which is real weird, and they all have, or at least the main ones, the console ones have branching plots that are like good evil things, like it's whether you give into your symbiote side or what have you. But the ending for it is extremely on Spider-Man, where you take over New York City with an army of symbiotes, and you have the Black Cat as your queen.
What?
Which is like, it doesn't sound like my Spidey.
No,
it doesn't sound like Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man. But I'm always down for Peter Parker getting with Black Cat.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's like a superhero thing that happens all the time, where it's like there's like it's most pronounced to Spider-Man, but there'll be like the civilian who they're attracted to, and then the superhero who's kind of darker. And it's like you gotta get with the girl who like knows, can like Black Cat can relate to Spider-Man on a way that Mary Jane never could.
Right.
She's also a costume vigilante with powers and shit.
Yeah, so she's aware of the compromises that you have to make.
Yeah, like she gets it.
Yeah.
Be a power couple.
Yeah. No. So should we talk about like specifically like what makes this good, like how this articulates?
Yeah, yeah. So this is like a beat 'em up Metroidvania,
Yeah.
an open world Metroidvania. Like you're actually all one map,
Mhm.
which it doesn't show that. It doesn't seem like so initially.
Yeah.
But I watched some Let's Play footage of it, and yeah, this is all one big contiguous kind of space.
Yeah. Like a lot of DS games, the primary play takes place on the top screen. The bottom screen is your map. And it shows how everything connects. Like the tutorial area is pretty confined, but you know the sense that I get is once you break out of that, like you have just missions that you're going to take care of, and you're really empowered. Like even at the start, like you know you are crawling around on walls. You have a web swing that works really good. In this session, we were talking about 2 grappling hook games, and this is so much more successful. I mean, they came out in different eras, but like, man, what an embarrassment of riches for grappling hook games.
Spider-Man is a secret grappling hook all-star.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sure yeah, but not a secret, but just like when people talk about grappling hook games,
oh yeah,
they're not always they don't think about web slinging.
Rad Spencer gets all the credit. Tomba gets all the credit.
Yeah, oh my god. like just like Tomba getting anything while Spider-Man starves. It just breaks my heart. The so like there are save points like a Metroidvania. The way you it's an RPG as well. You get XP, and the way you use it is to buy combo moves. Because there's actually like a fairly deep combat system in this for like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
You know, looking at and this is just from reading about it online, but there are like later it gets relatively challenging, and there's a lot of nuance to this combat system that you have to know
right
to really succeed.
Yeah, but you're mixing up your punches and kicks with like little web moves. In addition,
your webs and flicks.
Yeah. In addition to that, you can switch your suits at any given time just by using a shoulder button. So like that's another way to mix it up as well. At least at the beginning, you have the regular red suit that lets you do all your like web slinging and stuff, and the black suit which lets you do like charges and stuff. And like do
and is like a little bit like stronger but less agile.
Yeah. So you do like running leaps, but you have to be committed to it.
Yeah. All good stuff, and it could like control like care went into making it. You know, like it feels good and controls well and looks good and sounds good and all those things. Like it doesn't, you know, all those things we described could be part of a bad game too. If like, oh, it's got a terrible weird jump arc and shitty hit detection.
Right.
But it doesn't. It's like a professional, you know, feeling like a high level feeling product.
Yeah. You can tell that they put a lot of care and sweat into making everything fit together. Right.
Yeah. I'm extremely into it.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm going to pick it up next time I'm at like a fine DS retailer.
And I bet you it'll probably be like $4.
Yeah. So. Yeah. License game. And I'm going to see if I want to look up and see if the portable Shattered Dimensions is good.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I also like getting these on PS3 is not a bad idea. No. Like I've been using my PS3 and it's set up in a different part of my studio. So like it feels different than other gaming, you know, than the PS4. And like, I'll play fucking both these Spider-Man games. I don't even care.
You think I care, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Hey, Spider-Man. You think I am good, Charlotte? No. Charlotte.
Yeah. I'm also I'm pretty not excited. I'm probably not gonna buy it like day one, but like the new Spider-Man game that they're doing like kind of looks pretty good.
Oh man, it's a good time to meet me because like there's that, and then also the Batman guy is doing an Avengers game.
What?
Like that's their next project. I'm 90% sure.
Rocksteady's doing that?
I believe so. Huh. Let's find out.
Yeah, go take a look. I've not seen an announcement off
Rocksteady
the back of that.
Avengers game autocompletes.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I don't think that might not be happening. I heard rumors of it, but I don't think it's them. I think it is but that's coming out. I think it's Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal.
That could also be good.
Yeah. Like I mean those are fine studios. You know, especially if it's not, you know, I don't want like that X-Men game that we did, like do it like you know, like the old ones, like do it like Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
And stuff. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff for me. That's good.
So this is a really rough position because like this game is good. There's not that much on GameFAQs about this. Like I've just really enjoyed my time with this. Yeah.
Well, there's always spiders and Spider-Man to talk about as digressions.
This is true.
How's
your spider situation going, especially with your window being stuck open?
Well, I shut the window.
Okay.
I was able to shut it. I had to shut it from outside, but I was able to shut it. The yard is a spider nightmare, and it's blueberry season. So there are always blueberries, and I wanted to go out and pick blueberries because otherwise it's just food that just goes on the ground and goes away.
Like blueberries in your yard? Yeah. Okay.
A bunch of berry bushes out here.
Yeah.
But they're like spider cities. And it's kind of it looks like this weird like better than a child of light set piece, but could possibly be a child light set piece where it's these big beautiful like vibrant blueberries with like webs between them and spiders like walking back and forth.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's like, do I care about these blueberries more? And I'm like, I was trying to think about it, and I was like, more blueberries than I can comfortably eat before they go bad is $3.99. Like, I don't care about these free blueberries. Like, I got $4.
Yeah, just leave the spiders alone.
Yeah, they can eat them.
Yeah.
Or the birds are going to come down and get those blueberries and be like, fuck yeah, double payday,
Yeah. Big payday.
It's like they're going to have a little spider on their blueberry, like when you put a piece of cheddar cheese on apple pie.
Oh, yeah. No, just a bit like a garnish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to sweet and salty.
It's a balanced meal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the outdoor, and then I've gotten to the point now because my landlords aren't home for the summer, so I can, do as I will.
Right.
And they're neurotic about a lot of things, but one of the things they're neurotic about is they have a broom on the porch that they use for sweeping, but I mostly use it for knocking down spider houses.
Okay.
But I put that by my door, which every time I've done that before, like my landlord kind of passive aggressively puts it back. And I know he doesn't sweep the porch that often. I think he just doesn't like it there. He thinks someone's gonna steal it or something. I don't know.
Weird.
But I put it by my door because I have to, like, especially if I leave at night, I walk out with it because these spiders are industrious fuckos, and they I will walk into like a dense spider web, with some frequency, like occupied, like spider web.
Yeah, not like an abandoned Halloween haunted house spider web.
Yeah, not a cobweb.
No.
Straight up spider web. So I go out. So like when I leave, I go and knock down all their houses so they can build them again.
Right.
So I can get through.
And just otherwise, like, what are they going to do with their lives?
They got nothing.
They're going to get complacent, right?
Rutting and birthing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just swinging their breasts around.
Yeah, just swinging titties around. Nobody takes that out of context because it sounds like a racist screed. Like we're talking about spiders, I assure you.
Yeah, we're talking about little 8-legged.
Yeah, like it's not, that's not a metaphor.
Right. Yeah. Please take this at face value.
Yes.
I know so much happens in innuendo, and you have your radars attuned to that. We are talking about little 8-legged web spinners.
Yes, 8-legged freaks. And then in my apartment, it's I got a couple of big daddy long legs who have been hanging around, and they're fine. And then I have a couple of little guys that have been living in my light fixtures.
Okay.
And I'm letting those guys go too.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting it all. I want to make sure that like when my landlord comes back in here after I move out, I want him to be swarmed. And I'm trying to see how likely I can make that happen, I guess. Like he comes in here to like clean, replace the carpet, and then just immediately,
just immediately a carpet of ants rises up, takes him down. Yeah.
Yep. Letting it happen.
Yeah. You're buying experimental pheromones off of the dark web, getting in there, trying making yourself their unquestioned leader.
Testing them,
leaving a little time bomb for them. Yeah.
Yep, I spray a little bit behind each ear before I leave the house.
Yeah.
I can pick up some spiders to bring back to the house.
Yeah, they'll follow your back trail. Yeah. No,
I got that going for me.
that is a sound plan. Yeah. So. Now I've got another situation, which is I have no idea how so many wasps are ending up in my light fixtures.
Ooh, that's way worse than my situation.
They're not live. Like I don't see them like flying around or anything. But just got a couple of light fixtures around. I've got some chandeliers and stuff, and then just every once in a while, I find just a little desiccated wasp, like rattling around, and I've got to like take my little hand vacuum and get in there and like get rid of them because like I don't know what those are gonna bring. Like you got a little bit of a old woman who swallowed a fly kind of thing going on. Like you leave one wasp in your in your light fixtures, then all of a sudden you got stink bugs. Yeah.
Then when you got stink bugs attract like renews it salesmen. Yeah.
And he brings along a bunch of mongooses.
Yeah, the mongooses who eat Renuzit salesmen. And then they got the people who eat mongooses.
Yeah.
Whatever eats a mongoose. Devil snakes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. Maybe it's like some kind of ritual for them if they go there to die.
Yeah. It's like an elephant graveyard kind of thing.
Yeah. I love how much of a universally accepted hate object wasps are. And hornets. Like now they see a bunch of memes and stuff and people are like talking about how like, love bees and just like, commit murder on hornets and wasps.
Okay.
You know how they're evil and bad.
I haven't seen these memes, but you I think are more involved in the animal meme-averse than I am.
I am.
Yeah. Like I've definitely seen like somebody who rolls into like the cute thread on something awful and says, "Oh my gosh, guys, check out these spiders." And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tolerate this. Like, oh, here's a bumblebee. Like, yeah, I understand that it's fuzzy, but fuzzy does not equal cute.
Yeah. And like bumblebees, like I'm at peace with a bumblebee just because they're idiots.
Right.
Like they need help. Like I feel like they run into things a lot. Like they're real dumb, and I like that about them.
Right. They feel like a project.
Yeah, like I love a broken bird. Like they say you can't fix them, but maybe I can fix them.
Yeah.
So like but a lot of this stuff got opened up because I joined a snake group.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And snake weirdos, like, I mean, no offense to snake weirdos, but like, it's a lifestyle to like own a snake. You're definitely saying like, I'm going to own an alternative pet.
Right.
And I've met snakes I like. I think snakes are great. I think they're very cute. I'm not actually against snakes.
Right.
But you are, that's a thing. And I think there are adjacent, non-standard pet people than who you get.
Yeah.
So you get spiders and then you get like bees and like some of those and those bee memes will just be about how like, hey, who's this guy? And it'll show like a picture of like what is clearly like a pretty evil wasp. And the people in the comments will be like, that's not a bee. You don't have to protect it. If you can kill it, you should.
Right.
Like it's just going to harm the ecosystem and you.
Yeah. Well, they're just so aggressive is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think they make anything. They're basically just wasps, or they're basically just ants with a new moveset.
Yeah. Upgraded ants. Prestige class ants. There's that It's Always Sunny where they're trying to make wasp honey.
I'm gonna slap an H on this box.
Yeah.
Wait, honey's your end game?
Yeah, it's gonna make hornet honey.
Yeah, I remember. Oh my gosh, I unwittingly unleashed terror on like I think it was a preschool class or a kindergarten class, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, not cool. Cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that real
cool.
Like you're like
they're
Cole.
Here. The preschool class is right behind my shoulder. Be careful what you say.
Be real careful. Like this is like the statute of limitations isn't up.
19-year-olds here.
Yeah. I forget what it was. It was something like there was a paper wasp nest at my grandparents' house, and like, yeah, you can take that down and like we'll lacquer it and you can take it into the class and for like a show and tell kind of thing. Like it was a dead dead nest.
It was a Dark Souls city for them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, took it down, like lacquered it, like, sprayed it with some stuff. And like, yeah, it's like a little, it's like, my grandpa's like, it's a little nature thing. So I took it in. Well, the wasps definitely were not dead in that. Like
they're pissed.
Yeah. They're pissed that we lacquered their home and took it out of the tree.
Can you imagine someone did that to you? Someone lacquered your apartment and then like moved it to the equivalent of several countries away. Holy shit!
It'd be terrible. Just wake up in my apartment swinging from a crane, and somebody's come in and covered everything with lucite, like trying to stop them, but I'm slip sliding. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're all hungry, and you like get out to leave, and there are no flowers. There's just like kids like screaming and running around. Like, yeah, what a Kafka-esque experience for those guys.
Oh yeah, I never stopped to feel sympathy for them. But you're right, we were monsters.
Yeah, you were a legend. Like, it's just
yeah. I forgot about that, but it was definitely a very scary experience. I don't think I got in trouble for it because it wasn't like I just as a kid found a wasp nest and threw it through the window like it was part of a sanctioned thing, but like it was definitely a problem.
I like the idea of it like not getting in trouble for bringing an active wasp nest into a preschool.
Yeah.
kind of thing. Well, because that's the thing is like the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a wasp nest is a good guy with a wasp nest.
Wasp Wars.
Yeah, in the Wasp Wars.
W
The
War.
open
Das
carry
War.
for wasps. Yeah, just a tiny holster.
Yeah.
It's got your little sting buddy there. I'm into this.
Becoming a friend with the wasp, and they just kind of build a nest on your shoulder. Just so you know, it's all kind of integrated. They're crawling in and out of your bones. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like an option. Like you walk around, and you got this little wasp that like flies around and does your battle for you.
Yeah, you got some pheromones behind your ear. Then your ears, you point, and then they go get them.
Yeah, they knew who butters their bread.
Yeah,
you know.
By which I mean leaving little butter bread balls around for them to eat on. Although I think wasps are carnivores, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like they only eat meat. Like it's a weird thing.
Yeah,
has to have had a face.
Boy,
I don't like it.
Terrified. I hate anything that stings. I hate anything that flies at your face.
Yeah.
At my mom's house where I grew up, just no matter what we did, there were always wasp nests behind the shutters, you know, on the sides. And, you know, we would think, okay, they're fine. They're good. We've gotten rid of them for 1 year. And then the next year, like the shutters would just be popping off, like just pushed out by the sheer bulk of wasp nests behind it. I don't think we've ever solved that problem. I think we've just kind of given the territory over to them.
Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like. I don't think you can be free of that kind of thing totally.
Right.
You know, as much as you might want to.
Mm-hmm.
But once it happens, like it does feel like a sea change has happened.
Yeah.
To me,
it feels like territory has been ceded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, you can fight them or you can join them.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use them as a lead them. Yeah, they can rise.
Yeah, let them live in your bones.
Yeah,
we
can ride a bike to no handlebars. You can lead an army of wasps.
They're very easy to impress.
Yeah. Look, wasps, no hands. I don't think it's good enough for a catchphrase. I'm trying to think of very many situations. Look, wasps, no hands. Confusing, but it's not as versatile as the rest of them.
No. I think that you might be trying to force that one just a little bit.
Yeah. I just want something that I can relate to my piece. The little buddy who lives in my tiny holster.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can relate to. So, and then like people who are dishonorable, who open carry wasps, like put a tiny little dollop of poison at the bottom of their holster. You know?
Wait, so the wasp can dip his
wick.
Yeah, you dip his wick in that poison, and then, but I mean, like they're already venomous. Like that's the reason why when a wasp stings you, it swells up and stuff, because they put a little bit of poison in you.
Well, this would be like more poison.
This would be additional poison, differentiated effects. Okay.
Yeah, or like different effects. Like this one is just like puts you to sleep, or this one, you know, makes you sick for a long time, or this one doesn't take effect for like a day.
Delayed action. Yeah. It's double coated.
Yeah. Like that one Russian spy, the way he died.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of polonium for your buddy, for your piece.
Polonium wasp. That's a Russian like current like Russian speculative fiction novel, right?
Yep.
Probably. Yeah.
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 I don't know.
I think we solved it. I think.
Yeah, I think that all like we've planned it. All that's left is to execute.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what concrete actions I can take as Gary Butterfield to make this a reality, and I think it's a lot of write-in votes.
Okay.
And a lot of cold calling, like phone banking, for my candidate, and like maybe I just need to convince like Ocasio-Cortez or what have you that like this is a good idea. Just get somebody who is like really, really great about issues and has a good chance of being voted for in general. Right. But convince them of this one fucking crazy idea, and then just see if I can Trojan horse in open carry for wasps instead of guns.
No, I think that if you approach this directly, that's a tough boulder to run uphill, because a lot of people I think have a lot of animosity toward wasps. I think they would want there to be fewer wasps in circulation than you would find generally now.
Especially if we got maniacs letting them loose in preschools, you know?
Right. Like just just little wasp sleeper cells going on, literally asleep inside their cells, inside the nest. Real upset by just generally like wasp nests and in general, the fact that they are made of paper. Like it lacks
paper goes into the body, it doesn't go out of the body.
Right. And also, if we're comparing like just there's the elegance, the perfect geometrical form of the bees hive. Just the fact that you have hexagons, which are one of the most stable geometrical forms out there. Then you just have this bubbly chaos of wasp cells. It's just a bunch of circles kind of agglomerated together. It's like it's like a half-assed kind of like knockoff of bees' nests.
It's a corruption. It's like a Resident Evil 7 basement corruption.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, they're vile creatures.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you litigate the people, not the creature.
Yeah. Wasps don't kill people.
Yeah.
Just don't watch the end of My Girl.
Yeah, whatever. It's good advice in general, but like leave it a cool mystery. You want an interesting thing to ask on your deathbed, don't you?
What happened at the end of My Girl? Whatever happened to Macaulay Culkin in My Girl?
Yeah, like you don't want to say like tell my kids I love them, or like remember that I always stood for peace or something. You want to really close the minds in that hospital room.
Yep. Whatever happened to My Girl? Then you're gone,
and then it's entombed, and then cut over to it being engraved on your tomb. like the ending of the from the IMDb.
Yeah. It's just the URL.
Yeah.
Just a YouTube URL. It's a QR code for people to snap.
Kids are taking rubbings of it to like later put on their computer, and they're like, "Oh, that's the ending of My Girl."
Yeah.
Thanks, Beatclips.com.
We recently recently went through the process of ordering a headstone for somebody. You can put whatever the fuck you want on those, man.
Yeah.
Like it is buck wild. The headstone hasn't been placed yet, but we took the trip a couple towns over to go see it, basically in a parking lot with a bunch of other headstones that are waiting to be placed.
Oh,
cool. And ours is. Ours is pretty tasteful. It's got, it is one for both my grandma and my grandpa. My grandpa is the one who passed recently. Got names and stuff. It's black with kind of gray lettering in it. Real tasteful. But you look around and there's there's a lot of people who really want to have Chief Wahoo stenciled into theirs because they're up in Cleveland Indians territory.
It took me a second to remember who Chief Wahoo was.
Yes. Yeah. You got a lot of people who want to have. Just like what appears to be an airbrushed Harley Davidson on theirs. You could definitely put a URL to the ending of My Girl on there.
And it's pretty funny. Like I really do feel like, as much as I don't care that much what happens in the world after I'm gone from it, I've thought about like funny things I could do.
Okay. Yeah.
With that, just because it like seems like, a nice final act. Like to have some kind of like joke or something like that. And like I wish tombstones were cheaper,
right? Because
it would be really fun just to order them just to give a laugh to the people who make them. Like if they're stenciling in that YouTube and then somebody actually is like, have you looked up what this is, man? And he's like, no. And then they put it in and they're like, like what the hell?
Is that how he died? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's, amazing shit. And just like finding things, things like that. Like I think about a lot before they got into doing the TV show when Tim and Eric just did crank calls.
And
there's all the videos of it, and where like, and this ties into the earlier episode and stuff too, where it's like where Tim calls the pest control guy and says he wants to find a way to spread honey so it'll make bees that form the letter Spray Nerd. I'm very disappointed in you. For his son's birthday. It's like, your Spray. Your son's name is Spray? Yeah, Spray. Short for Spray Nerd Kruger.
My uke fell on my son. Those all went into Tom Goes to the Mayor, right?
A bunch of them like ended up being in there, but not all of them. Yeah. But yeah, they're similar. A uke fell on my son. I can't access my sites. But like just the idea of that is like being, those people are getting cranked. They don't like it. They're just trying to work a job. But like I would like it if it happened to me. When stuff like that happens to me, like I think it's very funny.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And like the idea of being able to do that to other people is good.
But so the cheaper way to do that is cakes, I think.
Yeah.
Getting either ridiculous or weird stuff just basically written onto a cake, I think would be a good way to get around that. Like a like a custom cake, like a sheet cake kind of thing. Well, probably a little bit more expensive than I thought it was.
Like 30 or $40 though, right?
Yeah. So you can't be profligate with it, but definitely more achievable than than gravestones.
A tombstone. Yeah. There's the balance too. Like when I first moved out here and I worked worked at Pendleton in the catalog thing, people would get embroidered baby blankets, and I had to like type in what they wanted.
Okay.
There, and I was just like, man, like I have a tremendous amount of power. Like they'll send it back and stuff, but I could definitely like put something real foul on here.
And then get fired. Yeah.
Yep. Which I didn't do, but that's something I've always wanted to do, and I wouldn't want to do it with a Pendleton blanket because those things are expensive.
Right.
Bad blankets for douchebags, but like I would want to getting an embroidered blanket that does say like I'm very disappointed in you if I ever have a kid. I think is very funny.
Yep.
Like his kids can't read.
No.
And it's just a very funny, and like I don't want to have a kid that won't eventually think that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get a kid and they don't eventually laugh at that, you fucked up.
Oh yeah, no, you made mistakes way back.
You should see if your parents are cousins. like there's something's wrong.
See, but the problem is they could take it personally. They could think that it is a punishment blanket.
Yeah. Well, then and you just be like, yeah, like just yes, like your kid doesn't yes and like we're running up on time, but just as like an anecdote, right? Like, is like I went on a pretty mediocre date recently.
Okay.
And like there's something like and Everything to Guppy on the show that I do with Will, every once in a while, because we record that show really late and I'm really tired, like I won't play along with something.
Okay.
And a lot of times it happens because I'm being serious because I want to make sure that I'm not hurting his feelings.
Okay.
So I'll be like, no, the reason why I thought this was because of this,
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a moment early, like when I say early, like episode 30 or something of the show where he's like, play. And he's like really mad at me. And one of this like mediocre date, and I was talking to this girl and she was a teacher. And we saw some kids get into a fight.
And I was like on the date or?
Yes. We were walking around through a street fair and kids got into a fight. They were young and it wasn't going to be serious or anything, but they were like definitely like kind of like chest bumping.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you're a teacher. Like, what would you do if this was in your classroom? And she'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, hey, cut it out or something like that. I'm like, well, let me practice my version of that. You be two kids fighting, and I'll do my voice. And she's like, oh, like, and didn't understand what I wanted. And then it was just kind of like, well, kids wouldn't really do that if there are adults around. And I'm like, okay, like, okay, now it's done. All right, win. Good job. Well, we didn't watch the movie tonight. We watched it last night because it was before midnight. You got it. And it's just like that kind of like you gotta play along, and you want to have a kid who will be able to like, and their kids like get a disappointment blanket and be like, yeah, like, or was a punishment blanket. You're a terrible baby.
Yeah,
look at you. And they're just like, yeah. It's like, thank you. Thank you for participating with me, child.
Yes.
In being a person who doesn't take everything literally and like has a sense of humor. Well, good boy.
But like the problem is, picture of your kid and the punishment blanket gets out. All of a sudden, you got government coming, taking your property.
Yeah, you have to explain to the government that like, no, it's just a joke.
Yeah, as they're locking you up, you're screaming the URL for that crank call.
You're screaming the URL for ending of My Girl.
Yeah,
it's fun to scream my URL for something boring when you get locked up.
Okay, so let me understand, Mr. Butterfield. Your only testimony in your defense here, it is a cake that you ordered that has a URL to a Tim and Eric sketch on it.
Yes. And
turns out we have to make you our senator now.
Yeah, then they're just like, well, this actually isn't legally defensible. Okay, fine. Just like I was trying to do something great and you just fucked it up. Good job.
Why can't anybody get on the same page that I'm on?
God, Jesus Christ. Everybody betrayed me.
I think that's about it. We gotta go. Thank you, Kyle, for introducing this wonderful game into my life. It's really good. It's a good game. I recommend everybody who's listening go and check it out. and maybe give more Spider-Man games a chance, because apparently they have been kind of doing really well under our noses this entire time.
Yeah, or even at the, if not like A+ like Spider-Man 2, like a B+ Spider-Man game, I'm still pretty into.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really happy to hear about this. I'm looking forward to getting it.
Yeah.
If you like the show, the best thing you can do is support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. Throw us a few bucks. $5 get you extra episodes of the show. And there's some great episodes.
Yeah, there's a
like
good one
in there.
There's a good one that came out recently. The one about oh my gosh, what was that? That one that was really good that came out recently.
The recent one.
Yeah.
They're very good. Yeah. So the check that out. Some of the best works in there, and then also you have the good feeling of supporting your boys who work really hard and would appreciate your support.
Yeah. But other than that, ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, and good old fashioned telling your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep. And until next time, who is Wasp Dog?
Yeah, who is Honey Dog?
Honey Dog.
There
we go.